Morning and welcome to the Community Connection. My name's Skip Clark. Another great program for you this morning, right here at the Inner Harbor Media Studios, locally owned, locally operated, all about hometown. And we concentrate on a lot of the organizations here, right here in Central New York. And this morning, no exception, I have the Adult Teen Challenge individuals in the studio. I want you all to say hi to Dan Picana. He's the developmental coordinator. I got that right. We got Brian Mullen, and you are the director of.
I'm the development supervisor.
So, you're like his boss.
Yeah.
I got it.
Right.
And we have Kyle, who's off camera right now, but we'll bring him in here in just a little bit. So we have, we have Dan, we have Brian, we have Kyle, who's actually part of the program right now. We're going to find out about that. Dan, for those who may not know as of yet, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your role with the Adult and Teen Challenge?
Yeah, so my name is Dan Picana. I'm with Syracuse Adult and Teen Challenge. I've been with the organization for some time. I'm a graduate of the program. I had come in 2015, as a matter of fact, addicted to opiates for about 17 years.
Wow.
Benzos. I would have seizures by not taking Xanax that I had been prescribed. I was just overdoing everything. And, it all came about from a motorcycle accident I was in at the age of 17. I was going to be a Marine, and when I broke my right arm, a compound fracture kept me from becoming a Marine just 2 months later, and my whole life went off into the distance of addiction. And I needed the Marines to shape me up. This was the whole reason for me to go.
But you couldn't do that because
I couldn't do that. And so I got placed on opiates at a very young age, at the age of 34, not sure what to do, where my life was going. I found this organization called Adult and Teen Challenge, and since then my life has been transformed amazingly.
No looking back.
No looking back.
But it's made you a better person.
Oh, absolutely.
When you think about that, I mean, I talk to a lot of artists, and believe it or not, a lot of those have been in that situation. And I talked to a gentleman just the other night. He's 12 years clean now, but cocaine was his drug of habit, of choice. And just amazing how going through something like that, it's never good, but it really makes you realize that there's so much more to life, and it makes you a better person. So now, you got involved, you joined this, and how did you get to where you are right now? You've been with it ever since.
So I fell off a little bit here and there where, life has its turns. Well, in the program, my mom had gotten a brain tumor.
Oh my
I ended
gosh.
up leaving to help her on hospice. And, with everything falling apart, that was my number one person that had my back no matter what. I'm one of 7 children and the only one with the issues that I had in life. So it was that was my support. So, you fall back into activities that are not good. And then you realize quickly my life was going really well while I was with that organization. And what was cool was they opened arms, welcomed me back.
That is cool.
Yes.
That is cool. Thank God too. Now, you were arrested.
Yes.
Put in jail. You've been through all that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I have a record that would keep me normally from doing any kind of security positions whatsoever. Any real events. I'm not that person anymore. I mean, heroin addiction will cause you to do all kinds of things that you would not normally be willing to do. But I have to say, God is good. I came to this program, and I actually do security for the Buffalo Bills now, which is cool.
Way.
So yeah, I've got background checks on that to allow me to do that.
So did you come in from Buffalo to do this?
So I actually graduated the Buffalo Center.
Oh, wow.
But
Okay.
I work for our
Here locally.
Yes, locally here
Very
in Syracuse.
nice.
Yes.
So you're at all those Bills games.
Yes. Yes.
Lucky you.
I know, right?
So, I mean, when you say, and I don't want to go off subject a little bit, but, we do a podcast. We talk a little bit about everything, but that is huge that you're able to work for the Bills. Absolutely. And, but do you security for the players? You're working a gate. How does all that work for you?
So from the gates to just kind of watching the stands, I'm right close to the field, right on the walls. I'm the nicest guy you've ever met. So let's keep it that way.
Yeah. Unless something's going on.
Right.
I totally understand that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Here again, probably everything that's happened to you in the past has made you even better at that job. So.
I see who's doing what. When people are coming through the gate, and I let them know, listen, we're here to have a good time. Let's just keep it safe, and you got to get rid of that, And I have to say, what's cool is the organization I work for now that I was a part of as a resident at one point. It's a year-long program, long-term. really has a lot of strength behind it to help us to get involved with these type of things, where a lot of us have been just totally written off by society and would keep us from ever doing anything like this. I mean, you would not see in me today that I was a heroin addict using needles in my arms.
Dude, I mean, before we went out with the lights and the camera, and you said, "Here, take a look at this guy," and you showed me a picture that was on your phone, and you go, "That was me." How many years ago? 11 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a guy with long hair down below his shoulders. He's got a bandana on. He's like, "I'm going, dude, that's not you," but it was. Wow.
Yeah, that was me.
God bless you, man.
Amen.
God bless you. Brian, maybe you can talk a little bit about this. Brian Mullen, for listeners who might not be familiar with what exactly is Adult and Teen Challenge, and how does it differ from other recovery programs?
Yeah, that's the most common question we get, because there's so many great programs out there, that break through to people. And in our program, how it differs is we are a faith-based program, but we have a very holistic approach. We are long-term, so generally someone will be in our program from 9 to 12 months, and we really address key things through different stages in the program. We are local, like Dan talked about, with the bills, as people are coming in going through that sobriety aspect, we want to layer on different things to help with counseling services that are offered, vocational training. So while we partner with the Bills and they really respect what we do, they keep our guys all together. They even sent us to the NFL draft in Wisconsin this year because they really love what our guys and our women do. We do culinary vocational training. We have a relationship with the Syracuse Mets, but we really do a lot where we are just pouring into people. Everyone at our men's program that works there have gone through and graduated the program, so they know what it's like.
Yeah, I know right now on camera, you just see two of the individuals, but there's a third off camera, but all three of you have been in this program.
Yes.
And that you've worked hard to get to where you are today.
Yes.
So nothing, I think that's the best when you can bring somebody in, well, I've talked to other organizations where somebody applies for the job, they come in and they have no actual background about what happened. But you three been there, done that. You know what the feelings are. You've experienced it. And now you know how to lead.
Yes.
So, and we'll talk to Kyle here in a moment about that. But the name Teen Challenge, that often surprises people.
Yes.
Can you explain how that program has expanded to include adults as well at this point?
Yeah. So
either one of you.
Teen Challenge started in the 50s in Brooklyn. A preacher from Pennsylvania named David Wilkerson went to help troubled teens, and it's just grown exponentially. Addiction, mental health, homelessness doesn't stop at a teenager. Adults go through it. So when I was in the program last year, I've seen an 18-year-old in the program. I've seen guys in their 70s in the program, and in between. And it's so beautiful to see how you take Dan, me, and Kyle, and we all went through different things, but we've all gone through things that, even though they're different, there's a lot of similarities, and we can really relate to one another. So it really has grown. Even we have our men's program on Furman, but recently we opened a women's program in Syracuse as well, because not only does it discriminate, it doesn't discriminate based off age or gender. So it's beautiful to walk through those doors and feel and love.
Absolutely. That's where the faith comes in too.
Yes,
I mean, and how faith is integrated into the recovery process with this Adult and Teen Challenge is awesome.
Yes.
That is awesome. Now, we all know that, and you've all been there, but addiction can feel overwhelming, not just for any of you that had struggled, others that are struggling, but their families too. How does your program support both individuals and their loved ones? Yeah, Dan?
So
bring the mic up a little bit closer.
We always offer an open house. We have different coffee house settings and things where, parents, families can come in. We always offer, phone calls to relatives and loved ones. And what I noticed, even when my mom was alive, was she knew where I was, that I was safe, that I wasn't on drugs, and that I had accountability around me. That was a bunch of people that were very supportive of where I've been, and that would also then help the loved ones understand that this person's in a good place, and only good things are going to come about in their continuation of the time, because a year is a long time for somebody to be away.
Yeah, it is. So you're away from everybody.
Yeah.
For a year.
Yeah.
So you're
very structured, because and you do get that family time. You do, but strategically, because once a month is a good time for your family to see you grow.
Yeah.
You know, I have
I
kids.
see it a lot.
Oh,
And
wow.
my kids saw a lot of me and my alcohol addiction. My
Oh, my
mom,
gosh.
the day before I went in the program, cried, "Thank you for going in." And I thought I was going to have to bury my son. But fast forward now, my kids saw the growth in me every step of the way. Every month I saw them. And 2 weeks ago, I baptized my mom.
Oh my gosh.
You know, so this program is really used to not only for the individual going through it, but it really helps restore things in a beautiful way.
What are some of the big misconceptions that people have about recovery? That's a good question.
That's a great
I
one.
know.
Dan, take it away.
I know.
I'm gonna,
It's all yours, Dan.
Personally, I couldn't do it on my own.
Yeah.
I needed a support team. I needed people that have done it longer than me. I needed people that were not going to co-sign my crap. I needed people that knew that they already tried every other way and it wasn't going to work. And I really needed God in my life, you know, and all those are all the things that I lacked when I was in the streets. Yeah.
But you did it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
it's crazy to be on this side of the fence. So August 8th was 10 years for me off of dope and Xanax and psychotropic medications. And I was doing a fundraiser event where we are out in front of a storefront where we kind of, you know, we call it drug awareness campaign. And then we sell some of our cutting boards. We have real nice artisan cutting boards that the guys are producing while they're in the program and learning.
We'll talk about that here in a little bit. That's cool.
And I talked to these people and they said, yo, today is August 8th of 2025. And I said, this is the first day 10 years ago that I didn't take a prescription opiate or benzo or psychotropic medication. And it brought tears to my eyes because 10 years, I was so owned by that stuff 10 years ago that to be on this side of the fence shocks me. I see people and hear about people getting away from that stuff. And it never made sense to me. I thought I'm probably going to die in my misery is what my assumption was. I'm one of 7 children that my parents did actually buy a plot for.
I was going to say, you had to, everything you went through, and we all hear about the horror stories about being addicted and all that as well, but you had to be very close to death at certain times, certain points, and not even realize it.
Yeah. I mean, just in the activity in itself and the things I've seen, like people are like, oh, you don't watch horror movies? I'm like, no, I lived in one. Why would I I don't want to be a part of that anymore, you know? And I had to see it, and it wasn't Hollywood's hurrah about it. It was real life. And it's shocking. And it's puzzling to people that don't live in that lifestyle to think, how could you? And now I'm so removed from that, and I want to stay removed from that working with Teen Challenge is great because it keeps you accountable again. But also that shocks me to think, and I never thought I'd be the person that's shocked by those activities. I was the activity.
Dude, I look at, you're a big dude. You obviously work out. I mean, you're one guy who would not want to cause a problem with it, security at a Bills game. I would have never have thought, you know, you've got a heart of gold right now. You're like a kitten. Yeah. Does that make sense? Because you're a big dude. You're a big dude. I mean, everybody take a look at him. He's got the guns. He's got all that. But good. I mean, that's and now, you know, you have stepped up, being a man, admitted to your mistakes. You got help. You went through recovery. The Adult and Teen Challenge, you got involved with that, and here you are today, being the director. That is Dan.
Well, the development coordinator.
Marvelous.
But in the same sense, I just want people to know that I found purpose in life. My life lacked purpose. You know, all I ever knew was the bad things about my life, you know, born out of wedlock and told to be aborted and disowned as a son. I've had 3 different last names before the age of 4 years old. And, you know, you live with those things and you think I'm not wanted, I'm not accepted. So then you start doing things to become accepted. And those things that the world teaches you to be accepted, you know, in my categories were just bad. They were illegal and they were causing me to be accepted into the prison system. And, you know, by the grace of God, I'm on this side of the fence and I'd like to keep it that way. It's
awesome. Do you, or any one of you, you get out to the schools, do you give like talks? Do you say, here we are, this is what we've been through. You know, if you need help, don't be afraid to reach out.
So right now, the school system, we haven't really been in as much, but we are in the communities.
Yes.
And I love looking at your reach on your website, because with our cutting boards, that vocational training, it allows us to be in areas that normally we want to be at. So looking at the map, We're up in Watertown Friday. We're going to be at several places and thrift stores in Watertown. Cortland, we'll be down in Cortland.
Sweet.
We got our Rochester Center. So them and us tackle in between here in the Finger Lakes area. And then we were in Utica not too long ago.
Yeah, in between Bills games. But
in between Bills games. There's different, but there's different vocational training that's helpful. But with that, we're able to go in front of stores and share hope and be able to talk to people about it. And it's a beautiful thing, because while we're in Syracuse as our central location here in central New York, we go all over because we want to spread hope to people. There is another option that can help you or a loved one get through this kind of thing.
Let me ask you, if somebody's listening to this or they're watching this online, and they know somebody that is having some issues.
Yes.
Somebody that's addicted, going through addiction. We know that's an illness.
Yes.
What should they, or how can they reach out to you and say, I know this certain individual. I know for a fact this is what's going on. Is there a way that you can help?
Absolutely. So there's many different avenues, but the biggest thing is checking out our website. So we have Buffalo, Syracuse, and Rochester for different centers.
Okay.
For men. We have our phone number as well. You can give us a call. Social media is a great way too to check in, because so Syracuse Adult Teen Challenge, Facebook, Instagram, we post testimonies, we post where we're gonna be. The best way to find out about the program is talking to the guys that have gone through it or in it. You know, because we'll keep it real, you know, because this is the hardest thing that I've ever done in my life, but it's been the best thing that I've ever done in my life.
Absolutely.
So people can call in. We are a residential program. So people come in and they spend a year of their life there. But with that being said, insurance isn't needed. Finances, if that's an issue, it's not going to be an issue for us. We want to welcome people in.
You make it work.
We are a nonprofit. People's generosity has been what's been helping keep us in Syracuse for the 70s. And it's a beautiful thing. And our cutting boards help pave the way for people to come in.
Brian, is there a way, first of all, what is the website?
Yeah, so we have New York Adult Teen Challenge. You'll see the different centers.
Okay.
Where you can be able to check it out. We'll have our information. You can call us. You can. I manage our Facebook. You can message me on Facebook. We'll send over a quick little application just to get to know you more, because we want to find out what drugs are you coming off of, what kind of mental health struggles are you going through, so we can meet people where they're at.
Okay, and what if you have to commit for 1 year?
The thing is at the end of the day, we all have free will.
Okay,
we all have free will, but the thing is, there's power in completing.
Faith.
Personally, I went through this 11 months in the program. I probably could have been good after 6 months, but at the end of the day, I knew that there was power in completion. I ran away from things for most of my life, but when I was finally running towards something, when I graduated, it was a beautiful thing, to the point where I'm now serving as staff. I come January. Yeah, so there's power in completion. And even that, we want to make sure we're coming alongside people. We're creating safe exit plans for people and helping them transition. So we help people look for jobs, continued accountability after they complete the program. And it's beautiful.
Right. Are there opportunities for volunteers or ways that viewers or listeners can get involved? Can they make a monetary? Can they go to the website and click on and make a tax deductible donation?
There's so many different avenues. If you want to do a one-time pledge, you can do it on our website. We post on Facebook where we're going to be with our boards, so you can check out our boards. We even have reoccurring sponsorships for $1 a day. Even $1 a day can help someone come in and get help. We have different events and stuff like that. So if you're a business and you want to promote your event or your business, we have our banquet coming up in November. It's our big fundraising event of the year.
Nice.
You can reach out to me on our social media or even email syracuseinfo@nyatc.com and come alongside us. The best way to really see what our program's about is witnessing it. Coming to our banquet. We have a graduation in October where all the centers in New York are coming together.
I want to be there. I'm just telling you, because we're getting to know each other here. I would love to come out and help you with this.
It's a beautiful event.
And all the details are online.
Yes, all the details are. I'm promoting everything on our Facebook page.
Sweet.
You can message or email any questions.
You know, before we talk to Kyle, how has the community right here in Central New York responded to your mission? Dan?
You know, there's a lot of places that come alongside of us and help with different food that's necessary. You know, we got a bunch of guys, they need to be fed. You know, what's cool is, like Brian was saying, with the Syracuse Mets, they allow us to do concessions. And one thing that we do have is manpower.
Yeah.
And we have, you know, accountability, and we have structure. So guys have developed a really good work ethic. So a lot of people will hire us to do different jobs, whether it's been landscaping, carpentry. Amazon has a contract with us where they'll take guys in that have been graduated the program, and they'll hire them. You know, what's good is we like to see guys with their ongoing success and get people out to be a productive member of society, you know, post program. You know, a lot of those people stay involved with the organization because of how much their life has transitioned since, you know, they had come in, and they know what it's like. So the community is, you know, how we survive, and it's cool to see the different things that have brought funds into our organization.
And we're so lucky to have a lot of these organizations that embrace, or companies that will embrace, you know, like the Adult Teen Challenge and what have you. So that's awesome.
Everything helps. Nothing's too small. You know, everything. We have people that just drop things off for us, clothing, because some of the men and women that walk in, they literally walk in with the clothes on their backs.
That's it.
So everything is a huge help, because at the end of the day, it's because people see the success. In our success rate, 78% of people that graduate don't use within 3 years.
God, that's awesome.
It is.
That's a great
huge
number when you think about it.
Yes, because we look at beyond the program.
Yeah. When you say people drop things off, where do they do that?
So our men's program is on Furman Street, and our women's program's on Colomer. Arrange something. You know, that's the best thing to do is to reach out and arrange something.
Can they call?
They can call.
And somebody's going to answer. And
Facebook Messenger is always a great. I
that's
get a lot on Facebook Messenger.
Simple.
Pretty simple. You know, but and we'll talk it through, because we do get overabundance of things, but that's what's so great about being a community. We also know other people too that need help. You know, so we want to make sure we're coming together as a community, because we can accomplish so much more.
I love that. I'd like to take a few minutes if we could talk to Kyle, who's off camera right now. I don't know. Is he?
Yes, we'll swap out. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Get out of here, Dan. Dan, you're awesome, by the way. Thank you, sir. Watch your step. Watch my cord. There we go. We're bringing Kyle in. We only have a 3-seat studio here. We're kind of, the heat's turned up, so we're all sweating, and it's crazy. We all dressed for the cooler weather today. But Kyle, what's your last name? Copeland. Kyle, how long have you been with the Adult Teen Challenge?
I've been in the program for 6 months.
Okay, and what got you there?
So a series of events in my life, and trauma and pain and suffering. I was married in 2007, joined the Air Force in 2009, and in 2013, I was deployed to Afghanistan. I was exposed to toxic materials that developed polyps in my sinuses. And in 2016, I went in for surgery to get those removed. And during the surgery, the doctor drilled through my frontal lobe, a centimeter into my brain, and hit an artery, and nearly killed me. My wife was a nurse, so she was present and able to. They sent me home after the surgery, and she was with me through the night. I went into a full-on seizure.
Oh my gosh!
She got me into the hospital, and by God's grace, I lived through it. I was 1 month in the neurocritical care unit, draining the fluid off my brain through my spine, or spinal tap.
Oh my Lord!
And it just turned our life upside down. So I wasn't able to continue in the military. I did 8 years, 5 years active, 3 years guard. I got out in 2018 as a result of the brain injury. And then, you know, to make up for lost time, we decided that once I finally got to a point of recovery where I could function a little bit, my wife and I, we have 4 kids. I was gone a lot in the military. I was gone a lot with the brain injury. We went through a lot together as a family through all that. And we decided to convert an RV or a bus into an RV and travel full time. So we did that in 2021 for 6 months. And it ended in southern Utah, where our bus caught on fire.
Oh my!
And 2 of my kids were trapped on board. I ran running inside and was able, by God's grace, to get them. My son climbed out through a window. My youngest daughter was able to get out. And so my oldest and my youngest were trapped. And by God's grace, I was able to get them out. I have burns on my face and hands from it. My children were burnt severely. My oldest was 60% burnt, and my youngest was 25% burnt. We went through 8 months of skin grafts and surgeries. My oldest, her name's Pepper. She's 15 now. We all survived by God's grace. Her heart stopped for 10 minutes on the life flight to the hospital.
Oh my
And the
gosh.
EMTs pumped her heart and she was revived. She's gone through over 60 surgeries, blood transfusions, skin grafts, the works. My family has been through complete and utter breakdown in our life and suffering and pain. And it was a lack of life skills and the trauma and the pain and the suffering that really I didn't have any skills to manage all that. It was
Yeah.
crushing me.
I don't know how you did it.
Well, I turned to alcohol at first and
Okay.
tried
Okay.
to suppress all of those emotions and suppress the pain and marijuana and all sorts of things, just trying in my own way because I had no other way to do it. And life started falling apart even more. And you know, 2 years ago, I learned about Jesus. I learned about the gospel and the gospel of grace, and that I didn't have to be strong enough to manage it. I can just surrender, and God would take care of us, and He has. He's taken care of my kids. He's brought them to a place in their life where they're covered in scars, but they're full of life. And He's healed the inner scars in me and my wife and all 4 of my kids, because the 2 that weren't burnt, we're still traumatized. It's incredibly painful.
100%.
So God has done a
God.
wonderful work in our life, and you know, I didn't have the life skills, and that's what Teen Challenge is teaching me, is through the counseling, through the structure, through the disciplines of this program, I'm learning how to live life and have the life skills to manage my emotions, to feel what I'm supposed to, you know, what I'm feeling, and not turn to the substances to fill me, but to turn to God to fill me and to fill my family and to heal us. So that's what I went to the VA center here in Syracuse.
Yes.
I was in the inpatient, the psych ward there, and the chaplain at the VA center introduced me to Teen Challenge because he had worked for them for 7 years, and said this might be something you're interested in. And by God's grace, I walked through the doors, and it has been a tremendous blessing for me, my wife, my kids, and He's doing a great work through it. So I praise God.
Kyle, I'm never speechless, and I do these. Oh my God, it's very hard to conduct an interview after hearing that. And go ahead.
Yeah, and I remember the day Kyle walked in, and his family brought him there, and you could see the hurt, you could see the brokenness, you know, you could see the uncertainty, but you could see also the hope, you know, because it is a big leap of faith to walk through those doors, you know, and I did it when I had kids too, and it's you know, and it's beautiful to see how God's been moving in his life over the 6 months, you know. And one of the biggest things that we hear from people, you know, being a faith-based program, what if you don't have a relationship? What happens if you don't know what you believe? And to that we say, just
which is not unusual.
It's not unusual, and it's a great question, because trauma in life can cause you to wonder, right? But at the end of the day, come and see. Come and see, because if you're at your wit's end, give it a shot. Give it a shot and see, because it could be the breakthrough that you need, not only for yourself, but for your loved ones. And it's beautiful.
It is. Kyle, what's a day like for you right now? I mean, you're going through this and you're 6 months in. And tell me, what is a day like for you? We wake up
at 6 every day, and we go to bed at 10 every day, and we're working all the way through it. And to be honest with you, it's more than I ever thought I was capable of doing. And that's what's so great about the program, is it's pushing me, but there's grace when I fall flat on my face, and also to help us through the day. So we're getting up in the morning, we're doing chores, we're working together to make our meals. We go in and we have Bible study and chapel together. We do more chores, and then
but it's all good. Messy, but it's all good.
It's all wonderful. And we would do work details in the afternoon. It really is, to be honest with you, one of the greatest things I've enjoyed with the program is the brotherhood and the fellowship. With
I can see it right here with the 3 of you.
Yeah.
It's like you got three individuals in this room with me right now. All 3 are different in their own way.
Yeah.
But yet you're all together. Y'all love each other. Y'all make it work.
Mhm.
Y'all know what each other has experienced,
Yeah.
and you're there to support each other.
Yep, exactly.
Regardless. And Kyle, if I may ask, somebody that's 6 months into the program, somebody that's watching this, somebody that's listening to this, what could you tell them right now if maybe they're addicted or they've been through some sort of trauma, some traumatic event? What would you like to tell them right now?
To those individuals that are facing the end of themselves, that don't know what to do and are truly broken, there is healing, there is hope,
Yes.
there is a way forward, and Teen Challenge has been that for me. It's really it. I'm blessed. I'm a blessed man, and I would encourage them to reach out, knowing that there is hope and there is the possibility of recovery. There, you
Yes.
can heal. You can learn how to manage and deal and process the trauma and the pain that you've gone through.
Mhm.
And it there is hope for anybody that is. And it's not just addiction recovery, it's homelessness, it's abandonment, it's
Yes.
abuse, it's trauma, it's pain. If you've gone through that and any life controlling issue that you
Mhm.
can't in your own strength overcome, and you know it, then Teen Challenge provides the
Okay.
strength.
Well, hopefully you heard that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Such an honor, a pleasure to have all three of you here, just with me today. I did not know what to expect. I knew I was doing the interview. These are things, these are organizations such as the Adult Teen Challenge that our community needs to hear more about. And I firmly believe in today's world where it's, let's just face, it's kind of a scary place
It
right now.
is.
We don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, and
Yes.
everything's going on. Everybody's got their opinions about certain things, but you
Right.
know what? I think that is driving people to do more in the way of not good. Does that make sense? I
For
don't
sure.
know.
I mean,
Yeah,
we
you
see
know
it
what I
all the
mean?
time,
So
yeah.
here you are, you're offering assistance, you're offering to help out these
Yeah.
men and women, because you have the women's program now too, to get their life back on track.
Yes.
Everybody is worth something.
Yes,
Everybody.
for sure.
It doesn't matter who you are. Everybody is worth something. And Kyle, just your story, being in the Air Force, number one, thank you for your service. I'm a big fan of the Air Force because I love planes. I love anything to do with that. Did you jump out of a plane?
Not in the Air Force. I have in the past.
Oh, okay. All right.
But
all right.
I
all right.
did. I was airborne. I was a tactical support operator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which is what's that position?
I did signals intelligence.
Oh, okay. Okay.
From,
Yeah. They're down there.
Yeah. That's basically
Coordinates. No, I know. I get you. But thank you for your service. Thank you for being such a strong man and a loving father, and your wife, the family sticking by you all the way, even in your, the trauma is one thing. And I don't know how you did it. Well, you told me how you did it, but that wasn't the answer. This is the answer of getting through it all, turning towards God and faith and seeing what you're really worth. God bless you, my friend.
Thank you.
If someone wants to learn more, get involved, or seek help, what's the best way to reach out?
The best way to reach out is I mean, social media. I love social media just because we show those real-time things that we're doing. I mean, we just, for example, the women's program Wednesday night was at a store in Watertown. We go all over. If you haven't already seen us, most likely keep an eye out for us because we're all over the place. We divide and conquer. Ask the questions, give us a call, because our intake team, they want to help you. But the biggest thing is you gotta want it.
And all that information with the number, the email,
Yes.
all that, just go to the website,
Yes,
and
go to
you
the
may have a
website.
link tree right
so
there.
yeah, New York Adult and Teen Challenge .com, Syracuse Adult and Teen Challenge for our Facebook page. I'd give you the number, but I'm terrible at giving numbers off the
it's
top
better
of my head
because nobody's going to remember it like this. They need to look it up, but they'll remember the website, or do a search on social media, or use Google, whatever you need to do, whatever search engine you use, and I'm sure it's going to come up.
Because like I said, come and see for yourself. It's powerful. We got next Friday is our graduation in Syracuse. November 14th is our banquet. And again, come and witness it. If you can support, if you feel led to do so, please do. But at the end of the day, if while we're talking to someone here, and we're really grateful for this opportunity, if while we're talking, one person hears and needs help, this was huge. So if you are struggling or a loved one is struggling, reach out to us and let's see what we can do to get you the help you need.
And you better behave at a Bills game, because I'm just saying Dan's
that
gonna
comes
come over
within-
and kick some butt.
Yes, yes. Don't want to mess with Dan.
Has
No.
he taken any of you to a Bills game? No, brother. Just saying.
Well,
But
it's
no,
so
that's
cool because they love what we do. Because like Dan was saying, the people in the program, they're
Yeah.
building up a good work ethic. So they keep us all together. They respect what we do.
Mhm,
So
mhm,
they keep us all together. So
I
we'll
love it.
send 30 to 40 people to these games.
I'll look for, I mean, it's not baseball season right now, but with the Syracuse Mets, I work at the stadium.
Yeah.
I'm one of their announcers. So it's
Yeah.
I'll have to look for
love
you
it.
guys. That's
Yeah, we
cool.
were at Faith and Family Day.
Yes,
I
yes.
got up and spoke at Faith and Family
That was you.
Day. Yes. So we go everywhere. I mean, the cutting boards has been huge for us because we were at the New York State Fair this year.
Yes.
Which was a beautiful opportunity. We're at Harbor Fest in Oswego. You know, we go nowhere too big, nowhere too small.
Okay.
We want to get everywhere.
I love it. Thank you for being here.
Thank
it's
you for
the
having
Adult
us.
Teen Challenge. All three of you, of course, Brian and Dan and Kyle, all different aspects of the organization, 3 different people, but you've all come together.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here,
Thank
being
you.
a part of the Inner Harbor cast, the podcast, and thank you for listening too.